Hey everyone, welcome back to another great week of e-learning. I hope that this week's music e-learning is really quite fun and that you have a really good time with it and doesn't feel like necessarily work as much, okay? This is the Earth Day edition of music class e-learning, okay? So like usual, we are gonna have the opportunity to build homemade instruments. So what I need you to do is think about the 4 classes of instruments we learned about last week. And if you haven't checked out that video from last week explaining the 4 different instrument classes, go ahead back to that slide. It's going to be the second, so the slide after the one where you're going to find this video. And you can check that out to learn about the 4 classes of instruments, because that's going to be how you build your instrument. Okay. So again, we're doing this to kind of celebrate Earth Day and to make a better use for some of our trash than just being in the trash, right? We're going to build some instruments out of that trash. So today we're going to quick review the 4 different types of instruments. I'm going to give you some instructions for, if depending on what grade you are, what your requirement for this instrument is going to be. Okay. So first of all, quick review. So we talked about the 4 classes. First, we have the aerophone family. That means the air is vibrating on an instrument to make sound. So the air is vibrating because it's being split in this window right here. It can also be a whip. I don't know if you could hear that. Whipping through the air. It can be where you're buzzing your lips to make a vibrating airstream that goes through an instrument. All kinds of things. Next is the chordophone family, where strings have to vibrate to make sound, can be plucked. Now the key to making these is it has to be pulled tight and it has to be suspended. You can see these bridge pieces. So we talked about sticking pencils underneath those. If you're gonna, you can't just be sitting on the edge of a box, right? That's the way you do it. You stick pencils on there and create these posts that are holding them up, okay? That's the key if you're gonna go that route, okay? The other instrument type or class is the membranophones, like a drum, where just the flat surface of something is vibrating to make the sound. Now, the whole thing would be the idiophone family. Those are things like shakers, can be bars where the whole thing's vibrating, anything where the whole thing is vibrating to make sound, okay? So again, those classes are defined by what is vibrating on the instrument to make sound. Okay, so here's the assignment. It's kindergarten, first, and maybe second grade. You guys can make instruments that are sort of already existing, okay? So you can make a guitar out of household items, or you can make a flute or a pan flute, or things like that. This is, for you guys, this is newer. You're still getting the ropes of how this works. You can get some inspiration from other instruments and other ideas and try to build some things. But my challenge to you is to make yours, add some element that isn't just like a normal guitar, okay? Have something really cool and extra on it, okay? Or not like just a regular flute, like maybe it does something else too. And have it fit into at least 2 categories of those classes. So maybe it's a flute, but it has some strings, it has a bridge up there, and it has the strings stretched across, so you could play the chordophone part too. That'd be an aerophone and a chordophone, right? Or maybe you have a guitar, but the bottom part of it can be hit, and maybe it has strings on the inside, or maybe some hair clips on the inside that act as snares for the drum when you hit it, okay? So, or it's filled with rice and you can shake the whole thing to make sound. So you can do a few different things, okay? So kindergarten, first, second, that's kind of your assignment. You can kind of use inspiration from other instruments and use this to fit into 2 categories, okay? And then third, fourth, and fifth, my challenge to you is, number 1, has to fit into all 4 categories. So you need to try to design something kind of more out there, okay? More unique, more new, like you're inventing a brand new instrument. But it should have different elements of all 4 of those classes on it, okay? Let's go over here and you'll be able to see. So kindergarten, first, and second, these are, these are some examples. This is just my Google search of homemade instruments, and these are lots that look very similar to instruments you might already see and those are good examples of things you could build. The more you can make them sound like with real cool sounds, that's kind of the goal here. Not just the look, but does it make cool sounds? Now, third through fifth grade, third, fourth, and fifth, these are examples of more advanced, like things grown-ups designed and just have a little bit more of a real sound, are a little bit more complicated, more inventive. And this is the route I want you to go. You can see somebody used a fan and this spins really fast. Air goes through here. This is an aerophone. Somebody made a flute, but it actually a tutophone right there, and you can see that it probably sounds a little bit better than just like a straw, right? This thing is really cool because that's a lot of percussion. So, and this is a tongue drum made out of an old thing. You probably can't go gun ho on something like that because that's going to be more complicated. You're going to need a lot of tools you probably shouldn't be using. Okay, this thing looks cool, whatever it is. It looks like it uses electronics and it's a chordophone. So anyway, those are some thoughts and some ideas and some suggestions on how you can start going. Now, I don't expect third through fifth for them to be that complex necessarily, but start to really think outside the box, okay? Get with your parents maybe and really start to design this out. So for the assignment, it'd be good to sketch an idea out. If you want to sketch that out, take a picture of that, send it to me, or have it in the Flipgrid when you post that. That's going to be great. So now the assignment is going to be design it, build it, and then get on Flipgrid. I'm going to create a new Flipgrid for Earth Day instruments, and I want you to present it to your classmates. I want you to get on there and show your classmates what you built, what families it fits into, and then play it for us, okay? So I'm really excited about this. Every year we get a lot that are really good, that look like some of the first group especially, but a lot of times we get some really cool ones that are really unique and actually some that really make some really cool new interesting sounds and that a professional might actually use too. So go for great sounds is the key thing. Be really inventive with those sounds. So yeah, hope this is a fun assignment. If you have any questions, you can of course dojo me, email me, but I'm really excited to see some of your Flipgrids and see some of the things you create. Miss you guys and good luck on building these. Take care.